The CNN News 18 broadcast, because we put it out here that until and unless that the BJP gets the numbers by itself, there is no way it's going to be able to form the government in Madhya Pradesh. There is a similar situation arising even in Rajasthan at this moment. Even though we are showing 100, the Election Commission has said that the Congress has got only about 98. But you cannot add up the numbers because they don't stack up in favor of the BJP. The allies are all inclined towards the Congress party, and that's why right now you have the Congress, the SP, BSP and the others bunched together as far as 117 seats here and the BJP at 111. In this kind of a scenario, there is no way that the BJP can even think about wanting to form the government in Madhya Pradesh. And that is the reason why perhaps the Prime Minister, seeing the writing on the wall, saying, let's not get into this, let them form the government. Because in 2008, we had the Congress party form the government with just 96 seats. They've got 112 this time around, 96 seats in Rajasthan. Now they've got 112 this time around, and they've got all the allies together. So it is possible for them to be able to form the government. That's why this side is weak, this side is absolutely heavy. The Prime Minister has seen that, and that's why that tweet came through, Bhupen.
Okay, so the Prime Minister obviously is aware, and maybe, maybe if he were on the probability.
Fascinating about journalism, which is the complete certitude in which you can read people's minds. You know, how flippancy, certitude and certain...
Sir, we have had Goa, we have had Manipur.
Sir,
we have had Goa, we have had Manipur.
You see,
we are speaking from experience.
Let's be clear. I think the fact is that there is enough and more empirical evidence. We all have seen what has happened in the past. Yeah. So, Rashid is right. Rashid is right. What's happened in Goa?
Most important empirical evidence is somewhere concealed inside those EVM
most
machines.
Important empirical evidence, sir, with due respect, is also
no
in the
amount
past.
of conjecture can change.
If we are looking for the greatest contribution amongst many other great contributions, especially that of the Congress in this election, it is that EVMs, questioning EVMs is now history.
No,
I don't think it will ever be.
No, in Telangana,
the Congress is questioning.
The Congress party is
That's
questioning.
not questioning EVM. There's a 22 lakh voters.
No, sorry.
Oh, they've also questioned
Yes.
EVM. You mean
The
Congress has
questioning of the
still
EVM.
not
Okay,
lost
Shreya
its
Dondial.
whole
I
habits.
just have to go to Shreya Dondial just
sorry,
for a
I did
moment.
not take
At
into
results
account.
up. Shreya Dondial at the results up. What's the story of Madhya Pradesh, Shreya?
Well, half an hour more to go before we know for sure. But so far, 28 seats, Bhupen, still counting. The BJP is leading in 10. The Congress is leading in 15. And possibly we should have had a column for Nota as well, because Nota has emerged as the 6th most popular choice in the state. More than 5 lakh people, in fact, 5.3 lakh people have opted for Nota. Had they opted for the BJP or the Congress by now, we would have known who has won the state.
Okay, so you're saying that there are 28 seats. If 28 seats are still counting, and do we know how many are we still talking about what, multiple rounds of counting left, Shreya?
No. There aren't multiple rounds of counting left. There are 2 to 3 rounds of counting left. Am I right? There are 2 to 3 rounds of counting left?
Yeah.
All right. So 2 to 3 rounds of counting left, which means
rounds.
in the next 30 minutes or so, things should be clear. Yeah.
So 2 to 3 rounds, 26 seats. There's a tweet which has already been put out by the Prime Minister, and there is a feeling, as was being narrated to us by reporter Shavik outside Shivraj Singh Chauhan's residence, that there is a feeling that the probability of the BJP winning the state of Madhya Pradesh from here at this point, given the assembly configuration which is emerging with members of the SP, with members of the BSP, and some of these independents being close to Digvijay Singh of the Congress party, the probability of the BJP forming a government with independents, unless it crosses the halfway mark on its own, I think is rather limited. We got a statement now from the Finance Minister as well, Arun Jaitley. Let's see what his analysis and his take is on these results.
The 2019 election will be an election around the performance of the central government and the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The election issue really will be, do we want a tried and tested leadership and a government in place, or do we want some kind of an unstable, non-ideological coalition which is bound to splinter away sooner than later?
Right. So already we're talking about the future. Already we're talking about the future. Is that, Shobhat Das Gupta, is that the strategy now? 2018, jo hona tha ho gaya.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's now move on. Let's now move on and let's
Been
create a
saying
new
this all
narrative.
day. That's what I've been saying all day.
Then forget it. So it doesn't matter.
14 hours
so it
later,
doesn't
this is
matter.
precisely.
So it doesn't matter what has happened.
No, of course it
Done and
matters.
dusted.
Then?
It matters considerably what matters, because you have to fine-tune your electoral strategy. And any political party which disregards a verdict, even if it's a state assembly election, because even a state assembly election throws up multitudes of questions, which has a bearing on central policy, because it's an anger not merely against the local
But can I
income
just
and
counter that?
local
Can I
state
just counter
government.
that?
It's
And
it
also
has not to do with the economy.
Storylines.
It has
There is
not
a
to do with the
storyline,
economy.
and if you
But
don't
there is a storyline.
there are two statements which have been made by two senior ministers of the government today. Statement number one was made sometime in the afternoon by the Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh, when he started talking about how the Mahakutami, the alliance, had lost in Telangana and how that needed to be focused on. Statement number two, which has just been made now by the finance minister, where he says 2019 is going to be fought on completely different parameters. Let's go to Anand Narasimhan then on Alexa, and let's get a sense from him. From a story of Madhya Pradesh, how is it now going to play out, Anand?
Well, 14 and a half hours after they started counting, they still are counting, but more or less the numbers are settled. And this is how, as we open up the book of Madhya Pradesh and try and put out the arc, we see that it is the Congress party that eventually has pipped Shivraj Singh Chauhan and his team to the post. The more important story is some of his key ministers have failed to hold on to their seats. They have lost seats in their bastions. Right now, this is how it stacks up. The entire Madhya Pradesh Assembly, it's the blue band that has made almost all the way up to the halfway mark. They're still a little short, but they have enough and more support from the others. And of course, who will come up there, the BSP and the Samajwadi Party. The BJP came all the way up there, so near yet so far. It's a similar story like Karnataka, where they're so near yet so far. And it will be the allies, those who are again leaning towards the Congress party, that will help them, help the Congress party this time around too. A similar story like Karnataka. How many more times does the BJP have to face this, that they get so near, still they are so far? Shivraj Singh Chauhan will be very, very sad today, because he will rue the fact that he's lost this just by about 4 or 5 seats. That's what he's lost, a consecutive term and perhaps a record term as a chief minister, given the route that Raman Singh faced Bhupen. This is how the Madhya Pradesh Assembly looks as of now.
Okay, the word coming out now is that in Rajasthan, Congress is said to be staking claim for government formation tomorrow. Now that means that there is going to be a chief ministerial candidate. The Congress's Central Observers meeting is to take place tomorrow morning at around about 11 a.m. Let's see whether by 12 noon or by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we will know who the chief ministerial candidate is. At this point of time, both sides, both Ashok Gehlot as well as Sachin Pilot, making a very, very strong bid for their respective positions. Will it be Ashok Gehlot? Will it be Sachin Pilot? Well, we'll get to know. We'll get to know tomorrow by 1 p.m. But we need to stay with that story of Madhya Pradesh, because if there are 26 seats, and there are 2-3 rounds still to go, you're looking at approximately half an hour to an hour. Half an hour to an hour to go. It will certainly, Dr. Baru, I would say this will go down in history as the longest counting exercise since EVM machines came into business.
Of course it will.
Right?
Yes.
And does it, I'm just trying to understand, why has this election become so close? Is it because of the even spread of votes, because 41.2, 41.2, is that the reason?
I think, Bhupen, the real question is not so much why elections become so close. It's because
No,
people have voted in a
long.
particular way. That's why
Long.
it's close. The more important question is, why is the counting taking such a long time? What is so exceptional about this?
No, they've
Madhya
changed the
Pradesh.
process. They've changed the process.
Is
So
it the
after-
No, no,
process?
they even in
But
the
they change the process
For
only
every
in Madhya
state.
Pradesh or in every
No,
state?
for
every
all of these state assembly elections, they've changed the process of declaration and certification. So after every round of counting, they have to come back. Let's say typically a counting center has about 7 to 10 constituencies, 7 to about a dozen constituencies. They have to come back and show the candidates in each of those constituencies and vet and certify, then go back for the next round.
All right, what we are now being told, and this is how quickly the story of Madhya Pradesh is now moving. The next big information that we've got is that the Congress party has now decided, the moment they reach that figure of 116, 116, the moment they get to that figure, confirmed results, 116, Congress is going to stake claim to right itself. And that's what
We've
Rashid
all been
Kiwai-
waiting for that.
That's what I
116.
was saying, that no one wants to take a chance. No one wants to take a chance here because there are precedents. There are precedents of what has happened, and it's good if the Congress party has learnt its lessons.
I think that's very sensible. Unless
Because-
you have a number,
Yeah.
there's no point taking claim just for
yeah,
the sake of it.
in the past, they
Wait
had
3 hours and be certain.
The Election Commission has to notify the results also.
yeah, election commission.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a procedural matter.
Let's
yeah.
just go to Arunima and get more from Arunima on that one. Arunima, is this a principal decision which has been taken? And who will be the chief minister if Congress is to go and stake claim for government formation?
Well, I think what they want to do is to take away that option from the governor of giving that option to the governor to invite what the governor thinks is the party in a position to form the government. By taking away that option, they want to build more pressure, and that's what they have done throughout this election. They build pressure on the election commission, and that's the strategy taking forward. Who will be the CM? How the legislative party meets for the Congress tomorrow at 4 o'clock? Who they elect? All procedures will be taken care of later. Right now, they are confident that the 4 rebel Congress MLAs who have won will come back to the party fold. So along with those four rebels, if they manage to touch lead plus results 116 plus 4 rebels, which means 120, they will go to the governor house tonight itself before midnight and actually take claim there. And then the process of giving in the final notification from the election commission, the paperwork, the election of the chief ministerial candidate, all of that procedures will be taken care of later. But first and foremost, they want to be the first to move off the block, to get off the block and tell the governor that we have the numbers.
Okay, so what you're saying is that they've taken lessons. They've taken their lessons from previous instances. Digvijay Singh, when he was in charge of Congress, he was accused of not moving quickly enough. And suddenly there was a BJP government. Same story happened in Manipur. You're saying the Congress this time much more sharper. It's learnt its lessons from the past.
Yes, that's what it looks like. And I think the message that is going from Delhi also, Jyotiraditya Scindia and Digvijay Singh both had booked their flights to fly out of Bhopal by about 10:30. This evening they were asked to stay back here. Since about 12:30 in the afternoon till now, it's almost 12 hours now, all of these 3 leaders are locked up at the top floor of the PCC Bhopal Indira Bhavan. They have been constantly monitoring, working the phones, speaking to the district level workers, working the phones with Delhi, and now they're just counting down. They're just counting down to touch that magic figure of 116. And the message that we are getting is that as soon as that happens, the Election Commission is also assuring us that before midnight, they will be able to finish counting of almost all seats in Madhya Pradesh. As soon as that happens, whatever time of the night it be, Congress led by Kamalnath is ready to move Raj Bhavan and get off the block first. That's their strategy. Whether the Raj Bhavan entertains them, whether the governor receives them, gives them an appointment for tomorrow morning, at least on record, they would have said, we move first. Taking away taking advantage of the first mover as far as this tightrope walk is concerned.
Arunima, any word from the Chief Electoral Officer of Madhya Pradesh? I was just talking to Shreya a short while back, who was telling us that 26 seats is what which are still being counted. Any word from the Chief Electoral Officer as to why there is such a delay before announcement of this result?
Well, they were expecting this. Even yesterday in their briefing, they had warned us that because they were now putting in place a new system, where after every round there will be a fresh tabulation. Each representative will be shown that data sheet. Their signatures would be taken. Any objection that they had would be taken care of at that stage itself before moving to the second round. That's the procedure that they have followed, and they were expecting that because of this procedure, there will be delays. They were hoping that by midnight they will be able to declare it. So as far as the Election Commission's timeline is concerned, like I said, it is on expected lines. I think even Congress was prepared that because of the kind of pressure they have exerted on the Election Commission on the issue of malfunctioning EVMs, on the issue of some kind of a fraud being played on the voters, this was bound to happen. So they are not really taking this as some kind of a shock.
Okay, let me bring in Pallavi Ghosh as well. Pallavi, is the Congress worried that something still could go wrong even at this last moment, that they're now thinking of approaching Raj Bhavan at midnight itself?
See, the problem is that the Congress is only worried about, as you were pointing out, a repeat of the Goa and the Manipur situation. The fact is that if they're going to get a single largest, a clear-cut majority, then there's not so much of a problem. But the problem is if they remain the single largest party, yet they do not have the numbers to cross the magic mark, then the worry is that will the BJP again try to woo away many of the MLAs. But what we've certainly been told is that the Congress party has been confident. They've been told that the SP, BSP is very much in the kitty, who's going to be supporting supporting them. But that apart, those critical independents also have been reached out to. That's precisely the work which has been going on through the day by Digvijay Singh and Kamal Nath, and both of them are master strategists in this. But back over here in Delhi also, even as we speak, Rahul Gandhi is very much in touch with all the three leaders over there. They're also talking to the in charge, Deepak Babaria, who's in charge of Madhya Pradesh. Apart from that, a blow-by-blow account is also being given to them. So the Congress party is right over here at the center, working in close tandem with the Madhya Pradesh unit, is trying to ensure that there is no repeat of a similar situation, that this chance should not be lost to form a government in Madhya Pradesh. We've been saying this since morning, Bhupen. Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, yes, the Congress party is happy at that win. But winning Madhya Pradesh, forming a government over there becomes immensely critical to them because they see it as a politically strategic state, the heartland, so to say, the Hindi heartland state. And the Congress party is certainly having lost out on Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh, wants to make up by winning in Madhya Pradesh, or at least forming a government over there.
Okay, so what is now becoming quite clear, Pallavi, is that the Congress believes the best way to deal with this situation is just wait for that clock to strike 116, and the moment that clock strikes 116, immediately go to the Raj Bhavan. Is there any protocol? Do they not need to wait for some certificate from the Election Commission, from the electoral officers before they approach the Raj Bhavan?
But that's what the Election Commission is going to come out with the official results, and those official results are seen as sacrosanct, and that's exactly what the Congress party is waiting for, to get the official numbers and official declaration coming in from the Election Commission. And that's what I'm saying, the Congress is ideally looking at a situation where they do cross the halfway mark or the magical number they get on their own. But the problem with the Congress party also wants to deal with it, and that's where they don't want to take chances, is even if they don't get those critical magical numbers, but at least they are the single largest party. Now, if they are single largest party, they don't reach that majority, then the worry for the Congress party all along has been is that will the BJP step in? Will, for example, Mayawati's MLAs, kind of desert her? And that's the kind of reason why perhaps Mayawati has sent her MLAs backing off to Delhi. The Congress party has not been wasting time. And we know that when Digvijay Singh, more than Digvijay Singh, Kamal Nath is a master at this. He's seen as a master strategist, and that's the reason why they've been reaching out to independents, SP, BSP, just about everyone possible to ensure that come what may, their government is formed in the state.
Dr. Baru, what does it tell you? Does it tell you that the Congress is somewhere worried? I was asking Pallavi this question. In the past, Congress has raised questions about EVMs. We're seeing what's going on in Telangana, where they've already complained to the Chief Electoral Officer. Do you get a sense that the Congress is worried? Because the gap is so low, so narrow, despite the tweet of the... That's why I'm wondering, is there a message which was being put through by the Prime Minister's tweet when he was almost conceding, according to some of you? This move which is being made by the Congress party, is a sign of worry, some unease?
No, I think Congress has made mistakes in the past. That they should be worried. I mean, they should not be making mistakes. And as Pallavi has correctly said, the chaps in charge, particularly Kamal Nath, are smarter than the guys who are in charge of Goa. So, they've learned their lessons. I think these are all expected measures the Congress should take in order to make sure that in the middle of the night, the government doesn't go away from their hand.
So there is some danger. The Congress believes.
I mean, look, when the result is so narrow, when the result is
and there's no gap. There's no
gap. The verdict is not very clearly in favor of either Congress or BJP.
So there is potential.
There is potential.
Most important from the Congress point of view is to keep its flock together. They are not in a hurry to just stake a claim. They just want numbers to be with them. If they get a simple majority, there is nothing like it. But if they don't get, then it is very important to get this others, independent, SP, BSP
Let me just
together.
bring in Jeeval Narsibara and Khushbu Sudarji also on that one. Khushbu ji, this move which has been made by your party, where you want to go at the stroke of midnight hour or whenever that figure of 116 is achieved by your party, is it a sign of some unease within the Congress party?
Not unease within the Congress party. I wouldn't agree to that. But yes, we just want to be a little more cautious. We have seen, as you rightly pointed out, the way BJP government has been working on horse trading, whether it was Manipur or Goa. Probably we were at some fault somewhere in these two areas that we didn't act fast. We know what BJP is capable of, the way they use the money power and lure it. And they tried the same thing in Karnataka, which unfortunately did not happen. Each winning candidate of the Congress was offered almost 100 crores, and it was there on the record. So we have seen it in the past. So there's nothing wrong in being a little cautious, rather than regretting it later. And I think that's perfectly fine within the parameters of a very, very healthy electrical, the kind of conditions we are in.
GVL, I mean, look at what Khushbu is saying, and look at what the Congress spokesperson in Bhopal are saying. We are not going to leave anything to chance. I'm just saying, I mean, it's a counting day. Someone will get to 115, 116. Whoever gets to 116 should just go in the normal scheme of things and approach the governor's take claim. But here it's almost as if we don't do it right now, something will go wrong. What is it that can go wrong, GVL?
No, first of all, the claims of Karnataka Congress MPs being offered money were fake. Their own MLAs have subsequently confessed that we were faking it. Now coming to Madhya Pradesh, if Congress gets 116 seats, they can sleep and go after 48 hours to Raj Bhavan. They know no one is going to take their victory away.
So what does that tell you?
If they don't get 116, no, they can do it after 2 days also. Nothing will. No, I'm saying if they get 116 seats on their own, I think their government is assured. There is no need to remain awake all night.
They're scared of you.
And if they get 116, they can go next Monday also and then stay claim. They will get a government.
But they're scared of you.
But if they don't get 116, I think it is now. No, but then they better be scared of others if they don't know how to manage their affairs. And if SP, has the SP given any statement so far?
No.
Has BSP given any statement so far?
No,
there
but
are only one MLA parties, they can go either way. But have those parties extended support? Have they extended support to Congress? But then how are you? I think you and Anand are making alliance in Madhya Pradesh. I think you are putting BSP. Has Mayawati given a statement?
No, I'll tell you.
I may have missed it.
I'll tell you. Yes,
has Mayawati given a statement?
I'll tell you. Let me answer, sir. Let me answer. You raise a valid question. Anurag Bhadoria of the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, he's an official spokesperson who the other day in fact got into a fisticuff with Gaurav Bhatia, your spokesperson. He has put it on record that in order to keep the BJP out, we are willing to support a Congress-led government. The Bahujan Samaj Party leadership
but
is telling us.
Akhilesh can do tweet, no.
Yeah,
Akhilesh.
Sir, Akhilesh is not. Sir, is Akhilesh Yadav going to support you?
Yadav? It's only one MLA.
Yeah, I'm saying is Akhilesh Yadav.
Why doesn't he tweet?
Is Akhilesh Yadav going to support the BJP?
Tweet today.
Is Akhilesh Yadav going to support the BJP? Tell me.
No, but he's playing.
Is Mayawati going to support the BJP?
What I'm telling you is, I'm telling you, even with one MLA, they are playing hard. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, Khushbu,
you are making alliance. You are making a government in your studios.
I'm making a government.
That's how governments are not made.
Khushbu, I'm guilty of making a government. GVL Narasimha Rao says, and somewhere maybe he's also hinting that if the BJP is in the game,
not guilty.
If it is 1-1-2,
you're making it very facile.
Vaja, one moment. If it's not facile, it's real, and I think you were somewhere giving the game away, GVL Narasimha Rao as well. And I want to bring in Khushbu with that one. GVL is basically saying if the BJP is in the game,
I'm not giving away. I'm saying why can't Mayawati give a statement?
Yeah. I'll tell you why. Is Khushbu Sundar, is GVL Narasimha Rao basically saying that if it comes to that, if the gap is of 1 to 2 MLAs, the BJP will also make a bid for government formation. If it means Kharid Farokh, buying whoever, now the Congress does not want to be stuck with that kind of a problem. Is that the reason why the Congress wants to approach midnight itself?
For us? But for Congress, it's ideology. Come
on,
it's a joke.
For both sides.
Let us be.
Whoever gets the MLA first.
When the Prime Minister gives out a statement on his tweet, because I heard GVLG speaking that why Akhilesh Yadav is not tweeting, why Mayawati ji is not tweeting, and I would like to remind him the Prime Minister has tweeted almost 30 minutes back stating, thanking the people of the 3 states, which includes Madhya Pradesh, for giving them an opportunity to work for them. So that is where he concedes his defeat. But having said that, if listening to GVLG, I think they have also made plans of horse trading. They've also been working, within the closed doors,
already been talking of horse trading
as to how best they can do it. Yeah, they have been working on it, because this is what GVLG says, that it's easy, and he's blaming you that you're forming a government in a studio.
Okay.
You have the Prime Minister. So I think GVLG has a lot of explanation to do. No, I need GVLG to make a lot of explanation,
which is
as to what the Prime Minister's tweet is meant to be, and why Akhilesh ji and Mayawati ji has not tweeted. despite their party official spokesperson coming out and saying that they're going to support the Congress in hour of need, if needed, and not the BJP to keep BJP away. We don't think we need any more statement from anyone.
Are you saying the BJP is forcing? Are you saying the BJP is forcing the SP and BSP not to go public with their offer of support to you, not to tweet? Is that the allegation you're leveling against GVL Narasimha Rao?
No, I'm not leveling the allegations. I think it's very simple. You don't need rocket science to understand the way GVLG is speaking or anybody is speaking. It's for them to understand, because the minute it's within them, some way it comes out, and that is what I can actually sense in GVLG.
Oh, so GVL has some game. Okay, Sujit Balla.
To be fair to GVL and his assessment, what seems to be, look, there's two Samajwadi party, one BSP party. They are individuals. They can easily transfer over to the BJP, just like they can easily transfer over to the Congress. So therefore, there's an equal chance for them. And after all, you know, we've had parties shifting, individual shifting parties throughout our history. So I don't think it's that unlikely that this could happen. And that is why both sides are playing coy. And I guess politically, it makes sense for them to play coy.
Okay, I just want to go to Zaka Jacob on the magic wall once again before we take a break, because I think that this is going to be a long night. What we were thinking ultimately will get over by around about 10 p.m. It appears that it's going to be a long night. It's a big state, the state of Madhya Pradesh. Zaka, just tell us, what is the current exact position? Just take us through the state and then the picture of different regions.
So it's neck and neck, 112 Congress, 111 BJP. If it has to be won or lost, it has to be these 5 seats. Out of these 5, 1 is Samajwadi Party and 4 others are Congress rebels. 112 is a Congress rebel, 180 is a Congress rebel, 186 is a Congress rebel, and as well as 165. So 4 Congress rebels, 1 Samajwadi Party, and then you have 2 BSP. So 7 seats are out. Either of these 2 parties get those 7 seats, they will emerge victorious in this game. I doubt, though, if this will change terribly, because for the last 3 or 4 hours now, this tally has remained much the same. The only change that's happened has happened between BJP and Congress. There hasn't been much of a change here in the others category or in the BSP category. So this might go up 1 or 2 seats up for Congress or 1 or 2 seats up for BJP. But that's not good enough for either party to go past 116.
Look, earlier I was agreeing with you in the analysis, and now I'm saying that the others, the 5 seats there and the 2 seats here, the 7 seats, all 5 seats need to move. And what prohibits them? I mean, they are after all Congress rebels. They left the Congress. So therefore, what's the big deal? They owe their allegiance to Digvijay, but they'd rather go. So
that's why. No, I'm with you. I'm completely with you. That's
why do you think Prime Minister said this kind of
no,
tweet?
therefore, there's an explanation.
Question.
There's an explanation from the Prime Minister's side. He's above it. He's saying,
really?
Look, yeah. That's what he's communicating, and I think it's worked.
Yeah. He's
just because there is a 3-time chief minister is there.
No. All he said, GVL was very, very specific. We will know that the game is over when the chief minister concedes.
Let me
he
put it
went
this
out
way.
of his way to
Rashid
point out
Kidwai,
that in both the cases,
saying,
the chief minister conceded.
No, GVL Narasimha Rao was there, and I want Rashid Kidwai to put this question directly to GVL Narasimha Rao. Are you basically saying, Rashid, that because it's Shivraj Singh Chauhan, because it's a 3-term chief minister, are you basically saying that the Prime Minister has put this tweet out effectively to ensure that if he has 1%,
one up to Congress.
One up to Congress.
113 to 110.
So the result wall showing that the Congress is inching ahead. 3 more needed. That means that the BJP is what? 4 more needed. 5 more needed.
It's the same story.
It remains the same story. The way it's been. For the better part of the season. But the point that you're constantly making, Rashid, are you suggesting that this is some kind of a conspiracy against Shivraj Singh Chauhan?
No, I'm not. I'm nobody. You see, but I find it rather, intriguing that you have a chief minister who has been there since 2005.
So why don't you wait for him?
Yeah,
Why tweet ahead?
Yeah, and then you're foreclosing that option. So is there some politics in it?
GVL, you have an answer for that?
No, I think Rashid only looks for conspiracies in the BJP. I think he should turn his focus on the Congress as well.
Okay.
I think why has the Congress party deputed Mr. A.K. Anthony to Madhya Pradesh as observer? Does he have any brainwave on that? Mr. Anthony is not known to be a decisive leader. So has Rahul Gandhi sent him not to make a government in Madhya Pradesh?
Sorry, I'm
Okay. So Zaka has a story.
Kamal Nath has just written a letter to the governor of Madhya Pradesh, Anandi Ben, saying, please give me time. Congress has emerged as the single largest party with majority support. All independents, in addition, have also assured support to the Congress party. This is Kamal Nath's letter that's just been sent.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's and you know, it's at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
It's at 10:30. The timing.
20 minutes
the
ago.
The timing is 10:30 p.m. when this letter received, and it says received on 10:30 p.m.
The fax machines in Raj Bhavan and Bhopal are working.
The PM was tweeting.
Approximately the time when the PM was tweeting. Now, this is a very exciting story which is developing.
The good thing is that unlike Srinagar here, you know, the fax machine is working.
No, the fax machine is working. Khushbu ji, it appears that Kamal Nath wants to just set the record absolutely clear. So, he's now forwarded this letter to the media that his letter has been accepted by the governor at 10:30 p.m. with time stamp, date stamp, where he's making it clear that I've got the numbers and I wish to stake claim for government formation. Is that where the story ends, Khushbu ji, or is there still a twist in the tail somewhere?
We would like to believe that this is where the story ends. And when you look at the letter which was sent to the governor of Madhya Pradesh, it was very clear that's the time when the Prime Minister had tweeted. So the timing, when you look at it, was where the BJP themselves have conceded the defeat, and they knew that the Congress is going to form the government because they didn't find support anywhere from the other parties, whether it was SP or the independent candidates. They have shown support only to the Congress. So we are going to form a party, and that is why they have conceded it. So I think there's no more confusion for us. We are going to take all the three big states from the BJP, the Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. But all I would like to tell them, because looking at GVLSA today, it's quite surprising that despite this defeat, they are not showing any kind of grace, or they're not showing any kind of humbleness, or you know, some point where they need to mellow down and retrospect as to where the BJP has gone wrong, where they have been thumping their chest and saying that it's going to be a Congress Mukt Bharat. Congress is not going to come anywhere in the heartland of India, and here we are forming the government. So I think it's high time they show some grace.
All right, let me just go across to Arunima, who's there on the ground in Bhopal, and get more from her. Arunima, this letter which has been sent by Kamal Nath, I think this must be a first of its kind experience here, where the Chief Minister has not yet conceded defeat. He's not yet gone and submitted his resignation, but the incoming potential Chief Minister has already shot off a letter with a date and time stamp. What's this urgency being displayed for, Arunima?
Well, Congress says we have learned our lessons and BJP has taught us a lot. Like Rahul Gandhi also said in that press conference, the year 2014 taught him a lot, and that teaching the Congress party here in Bhopal is also imbibing. The reason that they are moving so fast is because of the tightrope that is happening between BJP and Congress here in Madhya Pradesh. They are afraid that if it comes to such a situation where it is left to the discretion of the governor as to who do you want to invite first, and if the governor in her discretion decides to go with the BJP, then the process of horse trading will begin. Congress wants to preempt any such move, and that's why, like we broke the story just a few minutes back, they decided as soon as they would touch 116, they would move the governor's house. And as soon as they made that decision, they also shot off this letter to the governor house of an acknowledgement of which they have now, I think, received. So in just a few moments from now, Kamal Nath, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Digvijay Singh, all three of them have locked themselves up on the third floor of the building behind me. That's the Indira Bhavan, the Bhopal Pradesh Congress Committee office. From here, they will move towards Raj Bhavan. They will seek an appointment so that once the Election Commission issues the desired certificates, the paperwork is done, Kamal Nath-led Congress becomes the first claimant to prove their majority, and that claim they will emphasize upon when they meet the governor.
So basically, Arunima, what you're saying is this, and while we put the pictures of that letter up on the screen as well, which has been written by Kamal Nath, and if you scroll down, if the producer scroll down to that letter, you will see that there is a time stamp. The time stamp and the date stamp becomes very, very important. 10:30 p.m. on the 11th of December. What it basically tells you is this, that henceforth, now, subsequently, if any attempt is made by the BJP, perhaps in collaboration with any other party to form a government, the Congress can take this position that we approach the governor first, therefore we have the right to be invited first to form the government. But you know, Zaka, this figure of 116, which the Congress is suggesting that it needed to hit at before it would have gone and staked its claim for government formation. I'm just looking at our results wall where it says that the Congress needs 3 to win. I look at your magic wall where the figure says Congress plus is 113.
Yeah.
Now 113 plus 3, that's
Yeah.
116.
Yeah.
Is that the strategy the Congress believe that because they're at 113,
So-
3 will come either from the BSP or one of these others?
So if you look at the letter that's been written by Kamal Nath, he's also saying we are the single largest party,
Right.
and independents have decided to back us. So this 113 is single largest party. Who are these 5? Out of these 5, we know 4 are Congress rebels. 1 is Samajwadi Party. The likelihood of all 5 of them supporting the Congress is far more than them supporting the BJP. Now, even if let's say 4 out of those 5 were to support the BJP, that still doesn't add up, because that's still only 110 plus 4, 114. BJP will still be 2 seats short. Then it boils down to the 1 Samajwadi Party a chap who's winning and the 2 BSP. The question is, and I keep asking this again and again, can SP and BSP afford to take one position in Madhya Pradesh and another position in Uttar Pradesh?
I think all that's happening is that the Congress, obviously, which has wisened up from its previous experiences, it does not want to take any chance. It does not want to leave anything to chance, and therefore this letter which has been written, which has been sent by Kamal Nath even before the final results have come out, very specifically the time stamp is there 10:30 p.m. I think that 10:30 p.m. needs to be highlighted properly, because that's the most important part of that letter. Maria Shakil, my colleague, is joining us, and there you see on our result wall,
agrees again.
after the staking of claim that has taken place by Kamal Nath, Congress now at 114, exactly too short.
See,
Where could
and the
those two
gains
come
are coming from BJP. As Congress gains, BJP is losing. So these are fights between Congress and
I think they must have
BJP.
done their arithmetics in the terms of, in terms of lead and all. They must be reasonably sure of 115, 116 mark,
Yeah.
and that's where they are going ahead. Because remember, Kamal Nath is he's an ambitious person, but he's also a very careful man.
He will not
He's
let
a
go of
crafty
this
politician.
opportunity.
He's a crafty politician.
crafty
It was said during Indira Gandhi's time that Indira Gandhi ke do haath, Sanjay Gandhi or Kamal Nath. So he has a lot of legacy, a lot of experience to flaunt.
He's been brought up in what many believe is the typical Congress style. Never leave anything to chance, and if it means doing do haath with the authorities, then so be it. Maria Shakil is on the phone line as well. Maria, some may say that this is desperation. The others may say that this is strategy. Is this pure strategy which is being indulged in by Kamal Nath? With time stamp, that letter is now being forwarded, received on this day at this time?
I think it's nimble foot movement that is being ensured by the Congress party. They have suffered already in the state of Goa. So they are not leaving anything to chance here. And in that letter, Kamal Nath has clearly said that he is the head of the Madhya Pradesh Congress Committee. And because the Congress has emerged as the single largest party, so they would like to meet the governor immediately and stake claim to form the government. Because in that others category, the Congress party and Mr. Kamal Nath himself is fairly sure that he has the numbers. It's a matter of 4 or 5 more. I mean, technically 2 more, and they would be able to, have enough numbers to form the next government. And hence,
Kamal Nath is basically,
even if it is at night,
yeah.
they should be given an appointment by the governor and Ben Patel immediately and take claim to form the government.
But I'm not nowhere in this letter which has been sent by Kamal Nath, Maria, nowhere am I seeing any mention of any alliance player. Kamal Nath is basically saying that we've got these many seats and I am the leader of the single largest party, so I should be invited. Now, I'm just thinking, if they are at 114 on their own right now, if they're at 114, can there still be a twist in the tail that, well, technically speaking, you're not past the halfway mark, you're at 114, then how can you be invited to form a government? And that means that you have to parade the other 2 BSP MLAs or show letters of support to the governor.
Well, we are talking about someone who is in touch with various counting centers. So he is of the opinion that the Congress party has crossed the halfway mark, and it's only a matter of time that the election officers in various counting centers will be making that announcement. Only because there is a delay, and this procedure that was sought by the Congress is being followed by the Election Commission in Madhya Pradesh is what they wanted, and that's what they have got. But this is also they say is to ensure greater transparency in the entire process. I think the Congress is fairly sure, and after the tweet that was put out by the Prime Minister, in which he congratulated, in many ways congratulated the people of Madhya Pradesh also, along with the two other states. The Congress is sure that they have won the state of Madhya Pradesh, and it's only a matter of time, perhaps another half an hour to go.
Rashid, I'm looking very, very closely at the content and the language of this letter, where it says this Congress party has emerged as the single largest party. Be careful. Let's read it carefully. The Congress party has emerged as the single largest party with majority support. And then he says all the independents have in addition assured support to the Congress party. He's also saying that. Actually missed that. So he's basically saying that I already have the support of. So effectively, Kamal Nath is saying that I am the leader of the single largest party. I may not be across the halfway mark, so I may not be beyond 115. But I am the single largest party, plus I have assured support from independents, therefore I should be invited. So Kamal Nath has already got this in the bag.
Bhupen, look, he is not revealing numbers. He is
Yeah,
not
nobody does
revealing. He is not
numbers.
revealing
He's not
identity.
revealing names. He's
If
not revealing
he is given
identities.
an appointment, I think he will come with some kind of documentary evidence, whether it is through email or a letter, fax letter or something, that he has requisite number. Because governor calls. Governor is also a politician. She's been a chief minister. She knows what Kamal Nath is saying or trying to do. So I think here we will know in a very critical manner whether there is an opening for Congress or not.
I think this is great strategy which has been used by Kamal Nath, where he knows that maybe it may take some time. The Congress could well have crossed the halfway mark on its own. Maybe they've done some calculation on their own. But Kamal Nath in that letter very, very clearly saying that I have support of additional independents. Let's just take a look at these additional independents. Who are these additional independents, Zaka, do we know?
So we do know. Out of these 5, one is a Samajwadi Party candidate. The other 4 are all Congress rebels. But I want to go back, why are they so confident about the numbers? Because right now, only 16 seats are open and counting right now. Of those 16 seats, BJP is leading in 8, Congress is leading in 7, and the BSP is leading in 1. One of those seats has been declared, the other seat, the BSP candidate is leading. So what is the worst case scenario that can happen? It's a -3 for the Congress. That will still bring them down to what, 111. But that doesn't mean that the BJP will get all 3, because there's one BSP here. So the best case scenario for the BJP is also 111. So from 111, if you have to go to 116, you need 5 more.
You need more.
You need 5 more. Where are the 5 more? There are no 5 more pending there.
So that's why I'm saying, Rashid, that this was nothing else but plain strategy. It's a strategic move which was made by Kamal Nath. Try and stop the BJP from making any moves whatsoever to stake claim for government formation. That's why Kamal Nath in that letter says, I am the leader of the single largest party, and additionally, I have support of independents. Who those independents are? We don't know. Which party? We don't know. All that this letter does is that it enables Kamal Nath to get hold of a specific time.
But Bhupen,
specific time. That's all that's happening.
If Prime Minister's tweet had not come, do you think that Shivraj Singh Chauhan would have also made a bid?
Okay, Anand Narasimhan is there on Alexa. Let's find out. Routes to power. How's government being formed, Anand?
Well, the arithmetic is very simple, and I think the writing is there on the wall. Shivraj Singh Chauhan not wanting to submit his resignation because he is wanting to wait for the entire polling to come, because it's a dead heat and a close race. But the Prime Minister has tweeted looking at the arithmetic and the chemistry, and as Zaka was telling us, there is no way that the BJP is going to get up to 116 on its own. The BJP will have to depend on any or all of these 3 people who are all leaning away from the BJP at the moment. So when I say all of these 3 people, it's the Samajwadi Party, it's the BSP, and you have 2 of the others. And as the leads are consolidating themselves, it just looks like these are not dead heats where the difference is just 500-600 votes at the moment. The lead is considerable, and even if it is flipping, it is a trade-off between the Congress and the BJP, not with these people here. They seem to be holding on to those particular leads that they have at the moment, and they have very clearly indicated right here at CNN News 18 voices which are close to the overall leaders, that is Mayawati and Akhilesh, voices very close to them have said they will lean away from the BJP, not with them. And it's just about one seat each. So why would they want to unnecessarily spoil any possibility of any further equations? Now, why is it that Kamal Nath has moved in? Kamal Nath has moved in because right now this number is looking weak at 111 and it's now actually slipped down to 109, and this number is looking very, very solid because they have moved to 114 plus another 5, that's 119. So when we look at this picture right now, you have 119 here, 109 here. It is a no-brainer which way the mandate is swinging, and that's why perhaps Kamal Nath has gone ahead and said we are not just the single largest party but also the closest to majority as far as the current numbers are concerned. So allow us a chance to stake claim to form the government, because right now it just seems to be going the Congress's way, and perhaps the BJP has seen the writing on the wall. They're not wanting to get into a horse trading business and getting into an argument or an arrangement with the BSP and with the Samajwadi Party for one.